Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of the Godfather 2. So we're gonna talk to Hyman Roth in a little bit, but before we do, we're gonna hurt the Manganos a little bit just to try to make the war a little bit easier against them, because it's getting a bit ridiculous. The made men constantly keep attacking our businesses, so we're gonna cap one of their made men at least here. Jacopo Vanni, soldier, at hangout, a skilled Italian chef slices his garlic and his victims with a razor blade. Drop him with a magnum execution. J.C. Junkin, Crushing, Florida. Okay, let's clip him. This is the first Mangano made man that we're gonna kill. The Manganos also have body armor. We're gonna deal with that in a little bit. Yeah, I gotta be careful here.
I see him. Think about it. Don't pay for that.
Okay, here we go. Goodbye, Jacopo Vanni. Okay. Jacopo Vanni, Mangano soldier, is permanently eliminated. Okay, that'll actually make the war a lot easier, because the less made men that these guys got, the less that they can attack our businesses, and that can be a problem. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit him again, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take over the one of their rackets here. This is gonna prevent them from this is one of our old rackets. We used to own this with the body armor, remember? We're gonna take it over specifically so that they don't have body armor anymore.
There he is. Gotta fight. All right, I'm out of here.
I know this place we're going. It's safe, secluded, good spot for me.
That's good to know. Still, when we get there, keep your eyes peeled.
Safe spot, secluded. It's also a perfect place for an ambush. Okay, once we take over this place, the Manganos aren't gonna have body armor anymore. It'll make our job just a lot more easier.
Next time I talk to a girl, find someplace else to be, all right?
He'll never see me coming, boss.
That's the thing, body armor is gonna protect you if I strangle you.
Where's the new kid? Thought he was starting today.
He's over there.
Take care of it.
Okay. Gonna cut
Think
that,
Mr. Roth will be alone?
cut the
That
power,
CIA spook freaks me out.
prevent them from calling in reinforcements.
All the lights should go out in just a sec. We should be safe.
What else you got in this place? I found him. They'll never get away. Okay, guys, playtime's over. How's that feel? No last words. No last requests.
Someone let these assholes...
Damn, okay. I usually try to go in melee, but shotgun will be perfect for this. Okay. So we get some of our health back here. Yeah, this shotgun will blow right through their body armor. Okay.
Collect bullets. How fucked is that? Do it, Dom!
Okay, yeah. I'm taking a lot of damage here, you know, once the Manganos don't have body armor, it's gonna be a lot easier. And if we get body armor again, it'll make, you know, the wars a lot easier against these guys.
This isn't happening.
Okay. Says there's still 6 of these guys left, but I don't see anything.
Come on, come on. Crack it. Now.
Split up! Shit, almost had it.
It's a gun! Pull the cops!
I don't see anyone else left. Gonna extort the owner.
All I gotta do is pull the trigger.
Okay, not guns. Okay, not grabs.
Listen to me. Fucking pay attention. Don't do anything you'll
Okay, it's
regret.
not strangles. Okay, there we go. Slams.
Okay, I give up. You're hurting me.
No one runs a racket in this city without giving me a cut of the action. Got it?
Fine. You want this place? It's yours.
Okay, there we go. The Manganos now are not going to have any more body armor, finally. We don't have body armor again, we gotta take over the other 2 crime ranks, but they won't have it, which is, that's gonna be, you know, extremely helpful. And also when they attack our businesses, they're gonna be weaker. So this is, taking over this business is gonna really hurt the Manganos in the war. Okay.
This way. Got the bastard.
Okay, we got one soldier here, Lucino Ulirari. Believes himself to be a ladies' man, is known to be a lady killer. Make it look like a traffic accident. Okay.
A little
Okay.
time and I can get us through there. No problem.
Oh, this is gonna be perfect. Yeah, this is definitely gonna look like a traffic accident when I'm done with him. There we go. Lucino Ulirari, Mangano soldier permanently eliminated. Okay. That's 2 made men. Let's get rid of one more. Daffo Spinny, Capo. Used to be an enforcer for Bruno Tattaglia before Aldo Trapani killed him. Slam him into a wall until he croaks. So that's, Captain. And, Bruno Tattaglia was the guy, remember, who killed Luca Brasi. He also killed Frankie, Aldo's girlfriend in Godfather 1, the game. Aldo ended up throwing, Bruno into the furnace. Manganos are attacking you at us. Okay, yeah, see, this is, okay. And also, guys, I've seen a few of you guys comment on why I haven't recruited 2 other soldiers yet. The reason I haven't done that is because I'm, the reason I haven't sent, recruited any more soldiers because I wanted to see what the soldiers were like in, the ones in Cuba that you can recruit. Because I think the Cuba has some of the better ones, Okay. Basically, this is what I do, is whenever I get attacked, I just send all of my made men there at once, and that pretty much just solves the issue, almost always. Yeah, see, so the Manganos don't have, armor anymore.
Hold still.
By myself, but I should be good. Man, I love the sniper rifle. Okay, there's the capo. We don't want to, gotta remember, we're gonna slam him against the wall. Okay, there's one more left. Damn, that guy's getting annoying. Okay.
Put that away. You're gonna regret that.
Slam him against the wall till he dies. There we go.
That the guy.
Okay. Dafo Spinny, Mangano Capo, permanently eliminated. Okay, that's that. You know, we have weakened the Mangano family completely. I wouldn't say crippled them, but we've severely weakened them. So it's gonna be a lot harder for them to do attacks on our businesses now. Let's get out of here. Cops are coming. Let's go talk to Hyman Roth now. Okay, here we go.
I'll give those kids a nickel more.
Roth.
He's a survivor, what did I tell you? Somebody's watching over you. Sicilians are not known for their mercy.
It's been chaos.
The important thing is that you're all right.
There's gonna be more bloodshed.
Nobody wants another war. I can settle matters with Mangano, but I can't help you unless you're willing to help me. Can you see it? Dominic, it's our future. Cuba, 90 miles away. No goddamn Justice Department, no FBI.
That was the past.
Don't give up on Cuba. Not yet.
Why not?
Because we haven't given up. The CIA wants change in Cuba as much as you do.
We have different agendas.
But we have the same goal. And we have resources, intelligence. The only thing we don't have is a way to get inside.
Anyone can get inside Cuba. Smugglers do it all the time.
That's not what I mean. Look, we want to restore order there. We funded dissidents, staged invasions, but
He's talking about the Bay of
these
Pigs.
things are working. It's time for a new approach. No more big operations this time. Just one man inside, close to the government. Someone the Cubans feel they can trust.
And what's this someone gonna do?
Kill Castro. Bring back the president. And we're trying to protect this country from communists, Dominic. You could be a part of that.
Think about the possibilities. No more enemies. Partnership with a democratic government in Cuba, and having the cash to make everything possible.
And the U.S. would turn a blind eye to any money you make there.
Dominic, we'd be bigger than U.S. Steel.
That's from the movie. He tells that to Michael. Hyman Roth says, Michael will be bigger than U.S. Steel. Now,
What'd you call it? Psychedelic.
now, wait.
I don't want to be kept in the dark, Mitchell. If I'm gonna do this, you gotta tell me everything.
Naturally. The plan's simple, really. We're going to exploit Castro's two weaknesses, the political dissidents and his economic problems.
The dissidents, they're loyal to the ex-president, right? You said you were supporting them.
We'll cut ties when you arrive. I hate to sacrifice them, but it's the only way to get close. Castro has basically declared open season on the ex-president's supporters. Anyone who takes up arms against them is considered a hero of Castro's so-called revolution.
So I start a campaign against them and make friends with the government. What then?
I'll use my sources to spread information about you. That you're sympathetic to the revolution, maybe looking to expatriate. But more importantly, that you have strong business ties in the West.
Well, that part's true.
Exactly. So if they look into it, your story checks out. Dominic, all you have to do is play along. It'll get you close to Castro. Believe me, closer than anyone before. And once he's gone, we prop up the ex-president and purge the Reds. After that, anything you want from Cuba is yours. We'll meet again in Cuba. Just remember to play along.
Assassinating Castro? This is serious shit we're talking about here. Mitchell's plan better work.
I know it will. He's never let me down, not once. Cuba was prosperous. We'll see it prosper again.
That's not true. Hang on.
There is one problem, though. Michael. He doesn't know about this war with the Manganos.
Michael's in a difficult situation right now with the trial. He doesn't need more bad news. Leave Mangano to me. It'll be as if this whole thing never happened.
Yeah, too bad after I just clipped a bunch of their made men. Tell me about the dissidents.
These dissidents, how well armed are they?
They get most of their support from the US, but it's middling at best. If Mitchell cuts their lifeline, and he will, they shouldn't be too tough.
I don't want to have a big target on my back once I get there.
Don't worry. You're a businessman, not an activist. It's a great country, Dominic. It just needs a little nudging in the right direction. What I wouldn't give for 20 more years. Enjoy.
He said that in the movie also, what I wouldn't give for 20 more years.
I don't know, boss. Cuba could be a good place to hide out for a while.
You need a favor. I'm listening.
Yeah, I got problems with this broad. I need someone to, you know, teach her a lesson. Can you help me?
Sure.
So, when Roth said that Cuba was prosperous, what he's basically saying is Cuba was prosperous for us, the mafia, not for the average Cuban. And Cuba isn't prosperous.
Because we need to lay low, and because I made a deal with Mr. Roth. Look, just trust me on this. While we're in Cuba, he's gonna take care of things with Mangano.
Yeah, so if you want to know like a lot more about Cuban history, watch my first part of The Godfather. I talk about it. But Cuba has like a very tragic history. It's like a very sad history, because like Cuba was absolute poverty before the revolution. It was poverty after the revolution. People, it had dictator after dictator. So before the revolution, you had this dictator called Batista. Basically, he was going to lose the presidential election, so he did a coup, overthrew the government, and proclaimed himself president for life. He invited the mafia into Cuba, who built hotels and casinos. That actually happened. And then, afterwards, Castro came to power. And, Castro was, horrible person as well. And the thing, what happened is, the CIA, people like Mitchell, actually supported Batista. And so Castro used that as propaganda, and then he was saying, oh, the Americans were supporting Batista. But, both of them are bad. Both Castro and Batista are bad. I don't know why people have to settle for one dictator, right? Like, why not get rid of both of them? Why not get rid of Castro and Batista? Screw both the dictators. So it's just... The sad thing about Cuba's history, it just has regime after regime.
Would you like a ticket, sir?
Cuba. Yeah.
Okay, you're all set. Thanks for flying.
Yeah, very unrealistic. You would not be able to fly to Cuba at this time. Definitely not.
It's weird. I feel like I can't keep a low profile here. I don't know how Mitchell does it.
Right after the revolution, yeah, you wouldn't, Okay. Okay. What, the Manganos have businesses in Cuba too? What the... Okay, I thought he said that he lost everything in the revolution. Okay, Okay.
Hello, got something on your mind? Looks like you need some help.
If you're not afraid of some dirty work, then see, I need some help. I'd like a man to disappear. Permanently. ¿Puede ayudarme?
Yes.
Well, we're here. Shouldn't you try to find Mitchell?
Yeah, he said he'd call.
Okay. Try to find a phone here. Ah, no. Damn.
Cuba's changing, Dominic. Guys like us, I don't know if we got a future here.
Hola, Dominic.
Who is this? Mitchell?
Right. I'm in Cuba. Let's meet someplace private.
Santa Maria! Not me, por favor.
Meet Agent Mitchell at his safe house in Cuba. Okay. Oh, we got a bank here. Might as well hit the bank.
Need me
Set
to
a
take
bomb
care of
there.
that?
And get rid of the target.
Okay, let me know if someone's coming.
Get behind me, Dom.
I'm giving you 3 seconds, shithead. You want to see someone else get hurt?
Now look what you made us.
I need it open.
Next one's going between your eyes. I think I can
Let's see what we got in here. Nice. Okay.
over there.
14 grand.
Handling things than putting holes in cops.
Oh, no. Great. Another business getting attacked here. Okay. Send him.
You look just like that hombre from...
So these guys are, you know, people that are opposing Castro's rule, and the whole reason that we're killing them is to make it seem like we're a friend to Castro's government. But what I was saying is that with the Bay of Pigs invasion, that's what Mitchell was referencing earlier. The Bay of Pigs was basically an invasion where the CIA had supported hundreds of like Cubans who had fled Cuba after Castro had taken power, and they had armed them and landed them on the southern, you know, coast of Cuba at the Bay of Pigs. And basically what the CIA's plan was that the Bay of Pigs was going to inspire like a revolt in Cuba, but it failed. And what ended up happening is that the Cuban fighters had actually gotten surrounded, and many of them got captured, and the CIA just left them there. And this is, you know, exactly the reason I'm saying why you can't trust Mitchell. Like, somebody like that will easily screw you over. You can't trust him at all. And some of the, you know, people that got, some of the Cuban fighters that got captured, I believe they eventually got expatriated to the United States, but other ones, they didn't make it. And Cuban prisons under Castro were very brutal.
He'll never see me coming, boss. Next one's going between your eyes. Any last requests? Puta madre. Boom! Poca madre.
Okay, there we go.
Adios, buddy.
Okay, let's go eliminate the other ones. So now, like I said, if you want to hear about, like, you know, like what I have to say about Cuban history, watch my first part of The Godfather. I talk about it a bit. I'm going to talk about it a bit here also. But it's like I said, Cuba has like a really sad... Oh, this guy here. No, I don't think I need a brawler right now. I'm going to look for a medic next. But Cuba has like a very sad history because it just goes from dictatorship to dictatorship. And so a lot of the people, the thing about this is that a lot of the people that had actually fought on the side of the revolution, they fought to get rid of Batista, get rid of the dictator. They wanted actual change in Cuba. They wanted Cuba to become a democratic state. What happened was a lot of these revolutionaries were killed by Castro if they disagreed with his new government. So, you know, Castro declared himself a communist and declared Cuba a socialist state.
Don't be too sure. Just because Castro's army kicked their asses doesn't mean they're weak. The ones that survived are gonna be tough.
And so basically, under Castro's government, if you opposed Castro's government, you would be accused of being a Batista supporter, even if you fought on the side of the revolution. Look up a lot of the Cuban revolutionary leaders. A lot of the Cuban revolutionary leaders were either locked up or killed by Castro after the revolution. And the reason for that was because the Cuban Revolution was not a communist revolution, despite what people think. It didn't start out as a communist revolution. The Cuban Revolution was at first a legitimate revolution. It was a revolution for actual change. People were tired of the scumbag dictator Batista. They wanted Batista gone. And so what ended up happening is Castro was one of the fighters in it. He led the 26th of July movement, which was a left-wing organization, but a lot of but it wasn't a communist organization at the time, at least I would not call it. And so there was a lot of different groups that fought in the Cuban Revolution, but the 26th of July was one of them. Now, nobody knew who... let's get rid of this guy here. Nobody knew who Castro truly was. Get rid of this guy here. And one more here. This guy's getting annoying. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Okay, so what I was trying to say is, nobody knew who Castro was. The CIA didn't know who he was, the KGB didn't even know who he was, and what actually happened is when Castro declared himself a communist, and he actually asked the Soviet Union for support, the Soviets were shocked by that, because they were completely unprepared for having an ally in the West.
Por favor, I didn't do anything to you.
But that's the story of Castro, is that, okay, all the Manganos are dead. I'm sure Castro himself was unsure of his political ideologies as well, but, a lot of people thought that Castro was going to be the guy that was going to change things, but unfortunately he didn't. He just, replaced the dictatorship with his own. And so imagine how much how horrible that must have been, that you fought on the side of the revolution, you fought for freedom, you fought for democracy, only for, Castro to backstab you, declare Cuba a communist state, and then throw you in prison. That's,
Shot.
Okay. These guys are left only. Oh. I have to call in the rest of my family. I didn't call them in because, yeah, like I said, Cuba is the toughest part of the map of the game. Okay, this will give us some backup now. Okay, last guy's near the airport.
That guy a gun.
I found him. Don't make me fucking shoot. Don't do it. You want to see someone else get hurt?
Okay, how do I get on top of the air traffic control tower? This is actually the place where the sniper was that shot Aldo, was up here.
He's over there.
Don't squeeze too hard, Dom.
Nobody goes against my family.
Okay, there we go. All the insurgents are dead. Okay, let's get back to our safe house here now, and we're gonna wait for a call right now.
I guess we wait.
Mitchell said to wait for someone to come to me. Christ, I don't know what to bag of shit. Hola.
Is this Senor Dominic?
Yeah, who is this?
My name is Maria. Maria Torres. I work for the Office of El Presidente.
How can I help you?
Perhaps you should be asking, how can we help each other? We've been watching you. You seem to be a supporter of the Revolucion, ¿verdad?
True.
Dominic, there are officials in the government who wish to meet you. Please come to the Presidential Palace. You can stay here as a guest of honor. We will talk more then. Adios.
Keep your cover once you're inside. We won't be able to bail you out if you get in trouble.
Watch it, there's a cop.
Give me the car.
Somebody, do something!
Once you go inside that palace, you're on your own.
I know. You guys find someplace safe to lay low until I'm through. And don't talk to anyone.
Those fucking panty wastes are here.
Señor Dominic, mucho gusto. Bienvenido.
Hola. Sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
I know. I am your translator for tomorrow's meeting. Follow me. One day, this palace will be a museum.
What kind of museum?
Un museo de la revolución.
Can you tell me what this meeting is about?
Didn't anyone tell you? The revolution. And why you, Señor Dominic, un americano, apparently want to join the struggle.
There are more of us who support your cause than you think.
Sí. But very few come to Cuba and risk their lives to fight dissidents. Especially ones with unusual business ties. The American embargo is hurting our people. We need to get our exports out. We need money. But most of all, we need a partner. Someone with access to boats, ports, and officials in the United States. That is why you are here. You will stay here tonight, as a guest of El Presidente.
Thank you.
Your equipment will be secured until after the meeting. I will meet you in the morning, and please, do not wander at night. I hope you understand.
Sí. Buenas noches.
Find Fidel Castro, okay. So we're gonna be trying to do what Woods and Mason failed to do here. You can move quietly while crouched, okay. Assassinate Fidel Castro with the sniper rifle, okay. So now here's a thing for you guys that people might not know about. Fidel Castro has a world record for being the leader with the most amount of assassination attempts in his life, and he also survived. If you want to know how many assassination attempts there was on Fidel Castro, it was 600 something. The CIA even tried to kill him with an explosive cigar. But, the thing is, even though, and who I ultimately blame for, like, you know, communism in Cuba is I blame the CIA and, like, you know, terrible American foreign policy, because the US had, like, a really bad foreign policy during the Cold War where basically anybody who was an anti-communist, the US would just support, even if that was a really terrible person. And just because somebody's an anti-communist doesn't necessarily make them a good person. So Batista was an anti-communist, but Batista was a terrible person. And the Soviet Union did the same thing. Anybody who hated the United States and hated NATO, the Soviet Union would support and just throw AKs at them. And so that's one of the reasons why the US was so hated, because they had supported a lot of regimes in a lot of countries. The CIA was responsible for this. So ultimately, from a historical perspective, I ultimately blame, like, you know, bad American foreign policy for letting Cuba fall. Because if we had supported Cuba and actually supported, like, a democratic government in the country and not supported Batista, maybe things would have been different. But because of that, you know, Castro was able to manipulate the public, you know, tell them that the Americans were the enemies and that they were bad and that communism was good. And you know, that's what ultimately happened. And even though the CIA, you know, did some really horrible and scummy things, Castro is not a good person by any means. He's a really bad guy. And anybody who thinks that Castro was some kind of freedom fighter is an idiot.
He's over there.
Just look at all the people that Castro had thrown in prison and, you know, arrested and killed once he came to power. What the? 10 sec. What? Wait.
Stop this guy!
You can just see when Castro died, a lot of Cubans were happy about that, Cuban Americans specifically, because you tried to be happy about that in Cuba, yeah, you'd you could face some serious punishment for that. But that's how hated he is. Okay. Here we go.
Busca el palacio. Un médico.
Shit.
Fidel. Fidel. Está vivo.
Busca el palacio.
Sí. Vete. Ten listos a tus hombres. Busca el palacio.
Who did this? ¿Dónde está? El americano. No lo encuentro. Dominic, I know you did this. Come out. Maybe you're afraid because I'm a stranger. I'm Esteban Almeida. I'm like you, un mafioso. But I don't hide like a coward. This government understands men like us. What we can do for them. We keep them in power. Too bad for you I was here first. And I'm coming for you, Americano. I'm coming.
Por aquí, aquí.
Por allí, por la mala.
Okay, escape now. Okay, now we're armed. Let's get the hell out of here. So that guy that we were fighting right there, that was Esteban Almeida, and he's the cousin of remember, he's the cousin of the other Almeida guy that we killed, that was encouraging the strike in Florida. Ah, great. So this is the Almeida family. They're a Cuban mafia that's allied with the Castro government. Okay. Get the hell out of here. Okay, escape Cuba. And so now we see how many businesses the Almeidas control. So you see they control, yeah, they control a lot of businesses. And once we, and the Almeidas I think have the hardest compound in the game to breach. Like it's just a massive wall all around it. But yeah, we're gonna probably work on, you know, getting rid of the Manganos. And then once we get rid of them, we'll focus on the Almeidas. I'm trying to remember which family is stronger, the Almeidas or the Manganos, but they're both pretty tough. Whoa, whoa, okay. Okay, we got out.
What's going on?
El Presidente. The American tried to kill him.
But Castro's alive?
See.
God damn it, Dominic.
So you see, Hyman Roth is playing both sides.
Thank God. Dominic will pay for this. We will not be stopped, my friend.
So basically, this just shows you how, you know, the mafias on both sides, you know, are the mafia is the American mafia was supporting Batista. Cuban mafia was supporting Castro. So it just it just shows you that neither of them care about the people in Cuba, and unfortunately the people in Cuba are the victims caught in between of them, both of them. But I guess we'll leave it off here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, do drop a like, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.